Jason Kipnis, a former winner of the Most Outstanding Player Award in the Ohio Cup Series, paying homage to erstwhile Red Slugger Ted Kluszewski in pregame batting practice today. And Joey Votto showing off the guns as well. Cincinnati got the better of the Tribe in Game 1 of this 6-game series for the Ohio Cup. And tonight, it's Game 2 here at Progressive Field. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. Cincinnati took it to the Indians last night, and they did it from the get-go. Scott Schebler, here's an example of a guy who shows that there's no such thing as a sure thing in baseball. He was a 26th round pick of the Dodgers, came to the Reds in the Todd Frazier deal, and now Cincinnati might have found a diamond in the old rough.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. He can certainly hit a fastball. He did not miss one last night. I mean, he hit 2 rockets to start, a hanging slider off the left-hander. And by the way, he's 7th in the National League against left-handed pitching. He goes deep. The second time in his career, he's had 4 hits in a ball game. Set the tempo for those Cincinnati Reds. He's a .326 hitter from that leadoff spot 21 times.
The task will be up to Trevor Bauer to try to slow down this hot-hitting Cincinnati Reds ball club. He's going to the All-Star game for the first time in his career. 8 straight starts with at least 8 strikeouts for Bauer.
Yeah, and congratulations to Trevor, but he might be the guy to do it because he will throw that breaking ball first pitch and take these aggressive hitters off of the fastball. But he's really stepped it up this year. He, tries to pitch in front with a 1-2, 0-2 count. That's where the strikeouts are coming from. 1-2 in his career, but look at the ERA this year, 5th in the league. He's even jumped ahead of Corey Kluber. Blake Snell leading the way, who did not make the All-Star team with a 209, but Trevor's had really an outstanding year to this point.
All right, we'll be back with tonight's first pitch, plus Alan Jensen have the showstopper, and Andre Knott catches up with Trevor Bauer all ahead of tonight's first pitch. Cleveland Indians baseball is brought to you by Who But W.B. Mason, the official office supplier of the Cleveland Indians. And by your Northern Ohio Honda dealers. Made in Ohio, Ohio proud.
Cleveland tomorrow night. 6 games total. 3 more coming up in August down in Cincinnati. And we welcome you back to center field as the Indians get set to do it tonight with Trevor Bauer on the mound along with Jensen Lewis. I'm Al Pulowski. Let's take a look at our showstopper, a guy that we just saw here at Progressive Field this weekend, Stephen Piscotty with the Oakland A's. He now has a home run in 3 straight games, helped the A's to a 2-0 win last night over the Astros.
Yeah, later notched an RBI single for an insurance run in that 8th inning. The Oakland A's have won 17 of their last 21. They move 11 games over 500 at 51-40. They're now only 6 games back in the second AL wild card spot. Not since their first matchup of the season with the Astros all the way back in April had they beaten the defending World Series champs.
Matt and Rick have the call in the game tonight, and guys, the Indians will try to end their losing streak and cool off a red-hot Cincinnati baseball team tonight.
It won't be easy. Cincinnati has won 15 of their last 21 games. They are indeed red hot, but that man right there can cool off an offense with the best of them. Trevor Bauer will take the hill for Terry Francona's squad, looking to get back to 10 games over 500. The big man, Sal Romano, will go for Cincinnati. We go downstairs right now to Andre Knott with our Hear Right Sounds of the game, and you caught up with the Tribe right-hander.
Yes, I did. Thank you, Matt. You know, Trevor Bauer making his first All-Star appearance is excited about it. He remembers growing up as a kid watching the All-Star game, and here's what he had to say about playing in that game.
Extremely excited for it. You watch the game growing up. I watch it every year. You tune in for the Home Run Derby and see the best of the best guys. I remember watching Torrey Hunter, Rob Barry Bonds, and Pedro Martinez, punch out 6 guys in a row, and just moments like that from growing up that are kind of iconic baseball moments for me and for a lot of other people. And to be able to go and play in the same game against the best players that this game has to offer right now, that the world has to offer right now, is really fun. I'm really looking forward to it.
Thank you, Trevor, for making me feel old. I remember those moments too, but it didn't seem like it was that long ago. He said he was watching when he was a kid.
Well, he certainly deserves it. He's worked very hard for it. Knowing him, he's going to go in like a sponge and just take everything in. And God only knows what he's going to bring back out of it, being around so many great athletes.
Yeah.
So congratulations to him. He certainly deserves it.
He'll be one of 5 Cleveland Indians to represent the ball club in the Midsummer Classic coming up in our nation's capital in Washington. Jose Ramirez will be the starting third baseman for the American League All-Star team, and there they are, the Bauer outage crew, the outage outpost, wearing their shirts, flying the flag at Trevor Bauer as he takes the hill tonight for an Indians club that, Rick, for whatever reason, and I know it's 3 games, but the offense, it's just disappeared over the last 3 games.
Well, especially in this park, we're used to watching them score 6 runs a game, and over this homestand, they've dropped down to about 5.8 now. Because of their, they'll get it back on track. They just had a little hiccup, but hopefully it starts tonight. And it's all going to start if Trevor Bauer can go out there and go 1, 2, 3, and we'll see what happens. He will be our Northern Ohio Honda starting pitcher for the Cleveland Indians. It's his 19th start this year. And Trevor Bauer coming off a start against Kansas City, went 7 2/3 innings, 7 hits, a couple of runs. He won that ball game, struck out 8 again. You got to go back to mid-May since the last time he struck out less than 8 hitters in a ball game. So he'll be ready. He's 1-2 in his career against the Cincinnati Reds. His last start came right here May 24th of last year. Went 5 1/3 and a no decision. Gave up 4 hits and a couple of runs.
Here's the starting lineup for Jim Riggleman's Cincinnati Reds tonight. Scott Schebler leads it off. Dilson Herrera, recently called up from the minor leagues. He gets the start at second base and batting second. Joey Votto hits third, then Scooter Gennett, Eugenio Suarez, and Jesse Winker in the middle. Tucker Barnhart, the catcher. Alex Blandino gets the start at shortstop tonight, and Billy Hamilton bats ninth.
Dodge defense for the Indians will be Brantley in left, Allen in center, and Naquin over in right. On the infield, it will be Ramirez at third, Lindor at short, Kip at second, Alonso at first, Perez behind the plate as always with Bauer on the mound.
James Hoy to call the balls and strikes. Ryan Addington is at first. Quinn Walcott at second. The crew chief, Jeff Kellogg, down at third. Cincinnati Ball Club playing with a lot of confidence. And Jim Riggleman, you have to give him credit. The players deserve all the credit because they're the ones that get it done. But he deserves at least some of the credit for changing maybe the mindset of this Cincinnati Ball Club. And he said something I thought very telling. They lost a couple of tough games at Wrigley Field recently before they came to Cleveland, and he said, quote, after the game, "We're past the point of moral victories. We need to get the job done."
Yeah.
That sends a clear message to your players that, hey, fellas, regardless of the record, the expectations are you play to win every night. And Cincinnati has done a good job of that of late.
Well, looking forward to tonight because this team can hit the fastball, especially on the first pitch. Bauer can throw that hook anytime he wants to for strikes, so should be a fun matchup.
Trevor Bauer paying attention to last night's game, starts him off with a first pitch curveball, but it dips low for ball one. There's the fastball, and he pulls it foul.
You know, it's not to say that you can't throw your fastball first pitch, but you can at least put something in their mind that you can throw something off speed to get them thinking a little bit. This is a guy that came right out and ripped the first fastball for a base hit last night.
Fastball misses high, 2-1. Schebler on the year, Rick, a .283 hitter, but on fastballs batting .313, so 30 points higher when he gets the fastball.
Well, he knows what to do with it. That's where the bread is buttered. That's the equalizer. 2-1 count. You think it's a fastball count, but he didn't get one there.
Looked like maybe that was the slider.
Yep. And that's what makes Trevor such a tough pitcher. You never know. He'll throw anything at any time.
Came back with another one, strikes him out. Got a piece, and Roberto Perez hangs on, one away.
Comes back with the curveball, and Perez is able to hold on to this ball. It doesn't hit the dirt, goes right into that webbing of the glove. He fouled it off. Just a piece, and he picks it before it hits the dirt. So a nice play also by Perez.
One away. Now here is Dilson Herrera. Started the year at Double-A. Was quickly promoted to Triple-A Louisville, where in 50 games he batted .297. This is just his second appearance since he was promoted from Louisville. And Bauer with a fastball strike.
You know, normally you see a lot of young players get up there and they swing early into the count. He's yet to do that.
Breaking ball misses outside. 2-2. Slowed it down. Did he go? They appeal. He did not. And a full count. Struck him out. Another ball chipped right into the mitt of Roberto Perez. 2 down. Tonight's storylines brought to you by Wayside Furniture. Cincinnati, they're a team that seeks the fastball, and the Indians looking for some early offense. When they score first and when they get the early lead, they are tough to beat at home. When they lead after just 2 innings, here at home this year, they are 15-2. Fastball strike evens the count. Joey Votto, a 6-time All-Star selection. And one of the game's most discerning eyes at the plate. Leads the National League in on-base percentage at .425.
He never gives away an at-bat.
There's some pretty good players that he is moving into the neighborhood.
Yeah, and he's climbing the ladder.
Crowd gets behind Trevor Bauer on this 2-2 pitch.
See that emergency swing there? I mean, that's a pitch where there's no way he could put it in play, but he fouls it off to stay alive. Look at that, ball's by him. And he didn't even swing, but he fouls it off to stay alive because he realized it was too close to take. We used to call it the emergency hack.
And he did it again.
On back-to-back pitches. That's what makes this guy tough to strike out.
Did you see the way he looked out at Bauer as if to say, hey, sorry. Sorry I just spoiled such a good pitch for you.
Well, he sure did. 2 in a row. He wants to stay with it. Hook.
Oh, got him looking. Backdoor breaking ball. Bauer strikes out the side to start the night. The Indians are coming to bat.
Pitcher, it's a big man, 6'5", 270 pounds. He's 24 years old, second major league season. He has never started against the Indians, so he will get his first look at this offense today.
Indians starting 9 for Tito, brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Francisco Lindor, the American League run scored leader, leads it off. Then it's Brantley Ramirez, Encarnacion, Alonso Kipnis, Naquin, Perez, and Allen. 7 left-handed bats in there tonight for the Indians. And Lindor looks at a pitch down low, ball 1. 1 for 4, a double and a run batted in last night. '23 home runs for Lindor, 5th best in the American League. 28 doubles, 3rd best. Bounced one in there. On the bounce, it was right down the middle.
Romano coming off a start against the White Sox. He got a win in his last start, 5 innings, 6 hits, allowed 4 runs, gave up a couple of home runs, but didn't walk anybody.
Out of play. Romano was a 23rd round pick out of Southington High School in Connecticut. The 2-2. That's the same high school that produced one-time Indians pitcher Carl Pavano.
Oh. Well played. He likes to talk in between innings.
Carl, we have to go to a break.
That was beautiful.
The 2-2. Lindor ripped to deep right field. Goodbye. Francisco Lindor gives the Indians a 1-0 lead.
Boy, he got a fastball to his liking and gave it a ride. His 24th. The 18th allowed by Romano, and the Indians will play from in front.
And it's the 5th leadoff home run this year for Lindor. And now Michael Brantley takes a fastball for a strike. Brantley 7th best in the American League in batting average. Now ball with the shift on. That's right at Blandino, who throws him out. 1 down.
Well, let's set that Reds defense. It'll be Winker in left field. Hamilton is in center. Schebler over in right. Suarez is at third base. Blandino at short. Herrera at second. Votto at first with Barnhart behind the plate.
Last night, Cincinnati put the collar on Jose Ramirez. He was 0 for 5 for the 3rd time this year. He went 0 for 5 3 times all of last season.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is just a spell where, you know, he could use a day off. He looks a little tired. He's been rolling over on a few pitches. Hasn't been the same in the batter's box.
Fourth in the American League with 24 home runs. Now tied with Lindor. And Jose with 59 runs batted in, 1 more than Frankie. That's 8th best in the AL. And he swats one high and deep to right field. It is gone to Souvenir City. Jose Ramirez with home run number 25, and it's 2-0.
Isn't it ironic? Lindor goes up to tie him, and the very next at bat, Ramirez comes back and says, "I want that lead back." He got himself a fastball and hit this one to right center field, so he now goes to 25. Check it out on our Nissan pitch tracker. He's going to have to get that heater down a little bit. If he doesn't, you're going to see a lot of balls hit like this tonight. Both of them got on the fastball.
That was great video evidence on the replay. You could see where Barnhart's glove was. He wanted it down at the knees. That pitch rode right up into the hot zone for Jose Ramirez.
Gronk had 25 back in 2006 before the break. There's still 5 games to go after this one. Good sign, though. They asked for early offense, and you get it in the first inning.
Ground ball to third, gloved by Eugenio Suarez. 2 down. Take another look at the Lindor home run on StatCast, powered by AWS. Off the bat, over 100. And now Ramirez off the bat at 98. But plenty of distance to clear the wall in right center. What a duo those two have been on the left side of the Indians infield. I mean to tell you.
Yes, they are. The dynamic duo is right.
Yonder Alonso with 2 down and the bases empty. 1 for 3 last night, hit his 13th home run of the season. And a line drive right center field. Billy Hamilton runs it down. And that'll end the inning. But the Indians play long ball here in the first. Lindor leads it off. Jose goes deep. 2-0 Cleveland. the first inning, the Votto Bauer matchup.
Yeah, just to stay alive, he fouled off that pitch. Now a breaking ball with just a little check swing. Look at him. They're looking at each other right now, and then he just throws him a nasty little slider there. Locked him up, see? I'm in your head.
Second inning, Scooter Gennett to lead off for Cincinnati. He's serving as the DH tonight.
Yeah, you can't take that bat out of the lineup.
Swings at the first pitch and towers one on the left side of the infield. Lindor. One down. Oh, here's the Rocket Mortgage breakdown on Trevor Bauer. 159 strikeouts now, third most in the American League.
Two lefties, three righties on there. That's some heat. That's some good breaking balls between those five.
Eugenio Suarez steps in. 1 for 4 last night with a run scored. And we get on to Andre.
Well, after last night watching all the early action on fastballs and talking to Roberto Perez and even Trevor Bauer a little bit, he felt like this was the perfect matchup for him because he feels he's at his best place with his slider. And talking to Roberto, he just feels like he finally has that feel for it when he can throw it wherever he wants to throw it. Didn't have that feel, as you guys know, early in the season, especially when it was colder. But now that he's pitched a couple games where it's warmer, they think he's maybe the best he's had it all year long.
You know what I like about it, Andre, because he mixes that slider in with his curveball.
Yes.
And I mean, the curve is a little bit slower, and he can throw that anytime he wants to for a strike.
Well, and talking to Carl Willis and others, they feel like he's at a good place, and it's almost like don't tinker now. You can just ride out where you're at because, as you said, that curve and slider are playing well off each other. He still has to change, but they're telling him when you have this combination, don't mess with it. And we know that Trevor likes to tinker at times.
It's a deadly mix, though. I'll tell you, he really has been a treat to watch this year.
He has struck out 4 of the first 5 tonight. Now Buffalo, New York native Jesse Winker. 2 for 3, a double and a run batted in last night. Another guy that seeks the fastball. 299 average on the year when he puts the fastball in play. Up high, 3-0. Winker born in Buffalo, but he said things changed for him when the family moved to Orlando. That helped him realize his dream of becoming a major league player.
Yeah, I think a little better weather down there conducive to baseball.
Didn't hurt you, though.
No, it took me about 5 years to thaw out.
We're still waiting.
Don't hold your breath. The Home Run Derby mobile game is back with more competition, more challenge, and more home runs than ever before. Enter the code ALLSTARDC to unlock exclusive All-Star gear at MLB.com/HRD game.
Reds catcher Tucker Barnhart. Swung the bat very well last night. 2 for 4, doubled, couple of runs batted in.
I'll tell you, I mean, when you looked at Cincinnati last night, they scored 7 runs. They could have had more. They could have had 9, almost 10. There was pretty good defense played at times last night.
Tyler Naquin made maybe the play of the year defensively in right field, and Greg Allen went up against the wall in center field. Barnhart able to hold up. 2-0. Cincinnati, in winning 15 of their last 21, over those last 21 games, they are #1 in the National League in batting average, 285, runs scored 6.5 a game, and they've drawn the most walks, 95. Ground ball.
Take one.
Kipnis will fire to first. And the inning is over. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Cleveland 2, Cincinnati 0.
That'll take place Thursday night. 12,500 fans will receive a Carlos Carrasco Players Weekend bobblehead. That'll be courtesy of KeyBank, and they'll be providing fans with exclusive experiences and giveaways throughout the series as part of the KeyBank hassle-free weekend. All takes place Thursday night.
You saw Josh Tomlin next to Carlos Carrasco in the Indians dugout. Tomlin placed on the 10-day disabled list today, and Adam Plutko rejoining the club from AAA Columbus. Jason Kipnis leading off. 2 for 4 last night with a double and a home run. In his last 18 games, Kipnis has batted .317 with 11 runs scored, 4 homers, 12 runs driven in.
Had his 17th multi-hit game of the year last night with the home run and the double, and it draws a walk here.
Our great clip of the game from last night, some phenomenal defense. Here's Tyler Naquin.
That was a beauty. On the dead run. That was in the first inning, and it saved a run. It closed out the inning. That pumped everybody up here. Really good play.
Naquin was 1 for 4 last night. The 2 runs scored by the Indians in the first inning give them 67 runs scored on the year in the opening frame. That's came into today 3rd most in the majors. They've been a team that has really done well jumping on a team early, and a lot of that has to do with the guys who are coming to bat in the first inning.
Yeah.
First 3 hitters in the Indians lineup, all All-Stars.
I think, what is it, Colorado, maybe in Atlanta, the other 2 teams that are ahead of them. I think they're first in the American League when it comes to first inning runs.
Naquin, a liner to left, and it's going to get down. Winker cuts it off, but he won't be able to stop Kipnis from going to third. Tyler Naquin with a double. That's his 6th double of the year, and the Indians are set up here in inning number 2.
Yeah, it was slicing away from Winker over in left field, and you got to get running because Kipnis had to be on third base. That's not an easy play, and you can read it off the bat. So it sets up the inning. See, he was waiting. He didn't get a good read, but he could get there easily. He wasn't going to get to it. Maybe a little different, you know, when you're down on field level, a little different view where you have to make sure that it bounces. But second and third, nobody out.
Roberto Perez, the batter. Ground ball to third, backhanded, and then dropped by Suarez, and then Roberto safe.
He quit running. He was almost out. See, I'll tell you, Suarez had a play at home plate. He was coming home with it. And then in the transfer, I think he just dropped it. He had a chance, you know, to get Kip at home plate, and he was going there. Watch the transfer. Here he is. He's planted and lost the baseball. So that'll go as an error. But Perez stopped running. He thought the play was dead. He just barely made it to first base. I'm sure they'll give him an RBI, but it's an error. E5 RBI. You got it.
Three 3-0 Indians lead it. And still runners at first and second, nobody out, and Greg Allen the batter. Allen 1 for 4 last night with a run scored. He squares and takes ball 1.
Well, we'll see if extra work pays off. There was a bunch of them out there today taking bunting practice off the machine. Gonzalez, Perez, Naquin. And if he's going to be asked to do it here, let's see if he can get it done. Beautiful. Hello.
Only play at first. And Romano throws him out. A sacrifice for Greg Allen. Second and third, 1 out, and Lindor coming to the plate. Here's our stat of the game brought to you by Buick. Before the All-Star break, these are the only men with 80 runs scored and 50 or more extra base hits. Lindor, Ian Kinsler, Todd Helton did it 3 times. Wow. Albert Pujols, Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt, Bobby Bonds, and Reggie Jackson in 1969.
Very impressive.
Interesting thing about Bonds and Jackson, those All-Star games were played much later. July 24th.
Okay. Season started much later too.
Ground ball. This will get a run home. And it's 4-0 Cleveland as Naquin scores. Perez moves to third, 2 down. Lindor now with 59 runs batted in on the year.
But you see little things like that, you just move them over. A little ground ball simply adds one more run to it, makes it a 4-0 game. Love it when it works. A walk and an error in this inning, only 1 hit, but they have 2 more runs on the board.
Michael Brantley takes down low. Brantley came into tonight with the 5th best home batting average in the American League, hitting .352 here at Progressive Field. But this ground ball will get Romano and the Reds out of the inning. Not before the Indians tack on 2 more. They lead it 4-0.
night at the ballpark, and if you're 21 and older, you can enjoy a pregame out in the district. That's always fun before the game. Then after the game, there will be a rock concert, anthems, fireworks show presented by Marco's Pizza. It'll all take place on Friday night.
Trevor Bauer has struck out 4 in the first 2 innings. Alex Blandino getting the start at shortstop tonight, leads off here in the 3rd for Cincinnati. One ball, 1 strike. Blandino was the 29th overall pick in the 2014 draft by Cincinnati. Grew up in California, played at Stanford. Swung on and missed. Trevor Bauer has struck out 5. 1 down here in the 3rd. Let's go down to Andre.
You know, last night when we saw the Reds jumping on first pitches of Mike Clevenger, I know Rick had a great stat on it, so I wanted to look it up. Not that I didn't trust you, Rick, but coming into the game yesterday, the Reds had swung at a major league high 801 first pitch fastballs. They had swung at basically 34% of all fastballs on the first pitch. Put it another way, 6% of all pitches seen by the Reds this season resulted in swings on the first pitch. That's the tops in all of baseball. When I talked to Tito tonight about it, he says you can't change your game plan completely because every player can't change their game plan. That's why they thought Trevor would be a good matchup versus the Reds and really all their pitchers. They thought Clev did a decent job, just didn't finish guys off last night.
Right. Well, you know, when a team is that aggressive, and I think their mindset changed, you know, since they changed managers, and, you know, that's what it takes, boy. You got to get after it. You got to make quality pitches at first pitch if you're going to go with a fastball.
You know, the one thing I thought of, Matt, Rick, is when Kansas City was rolling really good with their offense, where it wasn't always disciplined,
right?
But they came out and attacked you early in the game
and
to get started.
Aggressive.
Starters. They're very aggressive.
Yeah, they made you say, holy smokes, wait a minute, these guys mean business.
Swinging a fly ball to center field, Greg Allen will make the catch. Andre, I thought it was interesting after the game, and I think you were part of the conversation with Mike Clevenger when he said, you know, I thought there were times where I pitched well. I'd make 2 really good pitches and then 1 pitch just terrible, and they whacked it. I mean, they didn't miss when he made mistakes.
You know, it was interesting because that was, to me, the first time Clev had a post game where, not that he accepted losing, but where he kind of shrugged his shoulders and said, hey, that's on me. I didn't finish guys off the way I knew I had to. And I think it did frustrate him early the way they jumped him a little bit, and he had to change the way he went about pitching.
That's the key. If you can hit fastballs early in the count and put them in play and not foul them off, you make that guy think about it and maybe change his game plan. And if you can do that, then you've already succeeded. Now you just have to get a few hits and score some runs.
By the way, Scott Schebler, 2 at-bats, 2 first-pitch curveballs, and now another one, and it's 0-2.
He'll have to change his mind tonight, or his game plan against Trevor. And you watch, maybe later in the game when he's looking for that hook, he may see a heater right by him where he won't be able to swing.
Swung on and missed. He came right back with a curveball, and he has fanned 6 through the first 3 innings here tonight. Indians 4, Reds nothing. Light hold true moment. Jose Ramirez homered his first time up. He'll lead off the third. Home half of the third. Of the 25 home runs Ramirez has hit this year, 8 of them have come in the first inning. And that goes back to that stat we had earlier about the Indians scoring a lot of runs in the first inning. You get Lindor, you get Ramirez, you get Brantley. That combination usually leads to offense.
Frankie 5 leadoff home runs. Jose 8 first inning home runs. That's giving you the lead early in a lot of baseball games.
Billy Hamilton puts that away for out number 1. And it will bring up Edwin Encarnacion. Another beautiful night here at Progressive Field. Boy, it has been a fantastic homestand to this point. Weather-wise, it has been ideal.
Yes, it certainly has.
Hopefully it will
continue.
Indians Reds one more time tomorrow night, and then the New York Yankees come to town for a 4-game series beginning Thursday night that will take us into the All-Star break. And the 1-0 to Edwin is pulled foul.
Yeah, Tommy just told me that as a team, the Indians have 20 first inning home runs.
Edwin with a line drive to left. 2 down. Swinging a summer tomorrow night as this series with the Reds wraps up. Carlos Carrasco batters. Batters? No. I think he'll battle Tyler Mahle. Our coverage begins at 6:30. Swinging the summer on Sports Time Ohio and Fox Sports Go, presented by Click It or Ticket. Now, when we go to Cincinnati, Carlos Carrasco might batter Tyler Mahle.
Well, we'll see.
Fouled back. Yonder Alonso sent a line drive to center field. His first time up. Over his last 36 games, Alonso has batted .303. 10 doubles, 26 runs batted in over that time.
He needs one more RBI to get to 50.
Fly ball to left. Winker makes the catch. The Indians go 1-2-3 for the first time tonight. Through 3, Cleveland 4, Cincinnati nothing. 4-0. And we go to the top of the 4th inning. Matt Underwood, Rick Manning, Andre Knott with you, joined now by Jensen Lewis. When you think back over the years, has there been a pitcher that's been more fun to watch in terms of the evolution of his career than Trevor Bauer, from where he was when he first got here to where he is right now?
Goes back to when I was teammates with him in Arizona, guys, in 2012. Remember him coming in with the McDonald's bag and just at that point thinking, okay, well, who is this kid? What's going on? This is their first-round pick. This is a guy that's going to be the future of the organization. And from that point, and watching him throughout the years, his first couple of years here, where his process and how he went about business, the med balls, the drive line, the long toss, all of that now has been integrated into most big league ball clubs. And to see how he's changed the game. I mean, he's made people in front offices think differently, from training methods to execution. And it's really great to see him now, all of it coming together, getting an all-star berth as well.
Check swing right back to him. An easy play for Bauer. He'll flip it over. 1 down. Now let's take a look at some of the pitches that he has featured here tonight.
That's a pitch that's really come to life this year for him. He worked so hard in the offseason with it, and he really has command for that pitch to go along with his curveball.
And what he's got too, Arch, and we preach fastball, arm speed with everything. This is where I think he has made such a difference in deception. 12-6 almost on the curveball. He's got a little bit later dart action with that slider. Now you talk about throwing those low darts with fastballs. Well, coming out of the hand, when he's got that good fastball command, he's ahead in the count like he's been all the way tonight, makes that slider and curveball so much harder to pick up.
Votto lines it to Kipnis. 2 quick outs for Bauer here in the 4th. And Trevor, like Corey Kluber, I want to say he preaches. He's not really preaching because he's talking about himself, but what he's looking for is he wants the same look coming out of the hand for every pitch. And it's easy to say that. It's another thing to work hard enough to make that happen.
And watching each other's bullpens, guys, sometimes you can pick up a little of those things in a bullpen setting, and then watching video. I mean, you guys know Trevor has as much video on himself as anybody in big league baseball. But I think what's integral to his success is picking up those little idiosyncrasies about, okay, maybe I'm over-rotating on the slider a little bit, dial it back. I'm not out in front releasing with the fastball as much. I think he is so good now at realizing the small adjustments to make, and it's made such a big difference in the strike zone.
Well, he and Corey Kluber are about the two that really come out of that one same arm slot, and the balls are going east and west, north and south, and it's as a hitter when it comes out of that same spot. That makes it so tough. You don't know what you're getting.
And by the time you react, it's too late a lot of times.
Most of the time.
He's got Scooter Gennett down on the count, 0-2. And a fly ball, right field. Tyler Naquin says, I've got it. And Greg Allen calls him off. He's the captain, right? Center fielder. Hey, I'll take it. He does. And the Reds go 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 4-0 Cleveland.
ask their favorite player a question as a Fox Sports Time Ohio Kidcaster. We'll be recording kids' questions tomorrow, and we'll air the best ones Saturday afternoon during Indians Live.
Nice.
Little new venture out there.
Kids Caster.
Yeah.
That must be Sunday, huh? Because we're not doing the game Saturday.
Yeah, that'll be Sunday.
Yeah, it's going to be a dry run on Saturday, but we'll use it on Sunday.
We'll let the Fox or FS1 guys take care of that.
Well, you said that, and I thought, well, I don't know who's working Saturday, but I'm not.
No, boy, you're coming in early, are you?
I guess I'm the only one working that day, boys.
Might be.
Jason Kipnis, one quick out here, and Tyler Naquin coming up. Good to see the offense bounce back. I mean, we were talking about it earlier. Sometimes offense comes and goes, but the first few games of this homestand, it's been MIA.
And I think as the MO has been for this starting pitching staff, you get them an early lead.
Oh, yeah.
They've just settled right in. You could see that Bauer punching out the side in the first. He was obviously locked in, but now you get a point or two, Arch, and you get to go back out there and really pin your ears back. Makes all that difference.
What is it, Matty? 15-2 after 2 innings with the lead.
That's
here
right.
At home.
Yeah.
So, and you're right, man. Bauer did his thing. He got you the first 3 outs. Lindor comes up for the 5th time and hits a leadoff home run. There you have it.
Arch, and you can kind of speak to this as well. When you've got that kind of a first inning, everybody in the dugout saying, okay, he's
Game
locked
on.
in there today. Let's go.
Game on. Yeah, you almost have to match it when you're the opposing pitcher.
Tyler Naquin testing Jesse Winker in left field. 2 down.
He beat him last time out in left field, not this time. Let's go back to the first inning and check it out. A couple of high fastballs that he made a mistake and they jumped all over it. This time the Indians didn't miss their fastballs and made it a 2-0 ball game in the bottom half of the first.
Been able to watch a few of these Reds games this year where Romano has pitched at home, and you guys know as well from being down there for Interleague that Great American Ballpark is a launching pad pretty much the entire season. If he doesn't have, and you can see where his release point, it's a little bit of a higher 3/4.
Right.
When he rotates or he leaks with the front side, which he was early in this ball game, everything's elevated and flattens out.
Yeah, he has to keep it down. He's a big guy. He's what, 6'5", 270.
Well, I don't know if he's made the adjustment or if Indians hitters are maybe just a little overly aggressive since their early innings, but he has set down 8 straight now.
I think he's kept it out of the middle of the plate.
That too, yeah. You watch a tailing action on his fastball, you can tell he's starting to dominate the top part of it as well.
There's a good pitch.
Votto could not hold up. Hits his first strikeout for Romano. 9 in a row retired by the Reds right-hander. 4-0 Cleveland through 4. Sorrento, the perfect getaway vehicle. Visit KiaDealers.com to learn more. By Levin Furniture. For the best deals on furniture and mattresses, shop Levin's. And by your Chevy Network dealers. Visit ClickChevy.com. Chevrolet, find new roads. And another gorgeous evening here at Progressive Field. 4-0. We roll to the 5th inning, where Trevor Bauer will face Eugenio Suarez, Jesse Winker, and Tucker Barnhart. Suarez struck out his first time up. This guy's having a year. 7th in the National League in batting average, 6th in homers. Leads the league in runs batted in with 68.
Well, you talk about never knowing what you're going to get in a trade. I remember when this kid was playing
from Detroit.
Yeah. Right, and it's almost like he could have knocked the bat out of his hand. But boy, oh boy, you can't now.
And Matty, you talk about where he stands as far as the league leaders, the National League. He was injured for a good 16, 17 games,
yes,
right?
Yes, he was in April, early April. Yeah.
The 0-2. We talk about binge watching. You know, that's the fad with all the Netflix stuff. This is a binge scoring team. I mean, when they got hot, they were scoring runs by the boatload. And that's what sort of got their confidence going, I think, as a team.
Every team that gets on a winning streak gets onto a roll offensively, and they just feed off it for a while.
And Trevor Bauer is feeding off the aggressive nature of these Reds hitters, and that is 7 strikeouts on the night.
At the plate now for Cincinnati, left fielder Jesse.
All right, so you take a look at what Bauer's movement's been doing tonight, Rick, and this is something we saw right from the first inning. The slider and the curveball, because of the aggressiveness and the nature of the Reds hitters wanting to get out early, he was feasting on it. He stayed out of the big part of the plate, but you notice that he's got great late movement on both the slider and the curveball. Scotty Schebler, boy, he's missing by almost a half foot on some of these swing and misses tonight. You felt, we talked about it in Indians Live pregame, guys, you felt the left-handed hitters would be at a severe disadvantage because of those late moving breaking balls coming in.
12 straight strikes thrown by Trevor Bauer, and Jesse Winker has the first hit of the night for Cincinnati. It's a line drive single to center field.
One thing that amazes me about Trevor, not only is the command of the breaking ball, he can do it. Here's your first hit. It was a fastball in, and it was at 95. That's not bad. He just put a bat to the baseball and he put it in play. He didn't foul it off.
And Winker is another one of those Reds hitters, Arch, batting .299 on the fastball this year.
That's how guys. That's how you're supposed to make your money,
right?
And as a hitter, you can't. That's the pitch you have to hit.
To first, Alonso. He'll go to Frankie for one. Here's the return throw. Double play. Inning over. Halfway through. Indians 4, Reds nothing. They're having a ball tonight here at Progressive Field. The Indians with 2 solo homers in the first, 2 more runs in the second, and Trevor Bauer with 1 hit shutout baseball through 5 innings. Greg Allen, Francisco Lindor, Michael Brantley for the Indians here in the 5th. Meanwhile, Sal Romano has settled in. He has retired 9 in a row. Outside ball 1 to Greg Allen.
Well, you figured now with Lonnie Chisenhall out 8 to 10 weeks, Greg Allen going to find himself with a lot of PT in a lot of different spots.
Backhanded by Votto. He'll go to the bag himself. 1 down. And that's all you want as a young player, is just an opportunity. And so for the 2nd year in a row, here it is for Greg Allen, albeit last year it was late in the season. But, you know, sometimes for young players, and I don't know if you experienced this, I'm sure you did, but you come up late in the year and you know, old timers who've been around 100 years say, never let what you see in September fool you. I understand that you take that with a grain of salt. You don't say, well, the guy lit it up, let's make him our everyday starting whatever. But you can't discount it as though it didn't mean anything either. And Greg certainly showed some ability last year. He got some big hits. Now the question is, as Rick has said, can you bring that level of consistency that is required to be an everyday player at this level?
He had an opportunity earlier this year, and you know, he started to he was good for a little bit and then slumped off, and then they had to send him back down again.
2 down, Michael Brantley. Gents, are you seeing Romano do anything better here in these last couple of innings? Obviously, he was up with his fastball early and they clobbered him. What adjustment has he made now?
Just watching from the angle behind home plate, guys, and some of our replays here, his glove side, when that starts to leak open, that's where your release point starts to falter and you elevate the ball. When you watch him, he's got great leverage now, good angle down to the plate, and he's dominating the top half of that baseball. So if you're a young pitcher at home, his glove side, I almost call it like a scope. You know, wherever you lead that thing, wherever you point it, that's where it's going to go. If that opens too early, then you're going to be off target.
Well, and he pounded the strike zone the 2nd time through the lineup to the Indians. 23 pitches. How about that to get the 9 outs?
Watch his glove side. He comes right back in. See how he's closed off a lot more now. That glove side real strong out in front, keeps him real linear, straight to the plate.
And a young pitcher, 24 years old. You know, he was up and down probably 2 or 3 times last year. Pitched mostly after the All-Star break, so he's learning on the fly.
Yeah, much in the way Shane Bieber, when you leave the ball up in the zone, instant feedback here at the big league level.
Yes, it usually is.
Doubles or homers. I mean, AAA, you know, when you're evaluating, Matty, you talk about evaluating with Greg Allen and trying to figure out as a young player how to stay at this level as a pitcher. AAA, you can get away with some mistakes. If you got some velocity, if you got yourself down in the lineup, but you can't do that at the big league level.
Votto with a good play on Brantley, and again the Indians go in order. So Romano cruising along here. We're through 5. The Indians lead it 4-0. Report brought to you by the attorneys at Elk & Elk. Josh Tomlin goes to the DL with a hamstring injury, and Adam Pletko called back from AAA Columbus, and we go down to Andre Knott.
Well, Adam Pletko is back here, and his day to pitch would be tomorrow. And since he's stretched out, he's in the bullpen. But Tito says they don't want to leave him there. They're going to keep him there for a couple days and then kind of go from there with what they want to do with him. Now let's bring the Jose Ramirez part of this thing in. There is a video game, Mario Kart, inside the Indians clubhouse that's played daily. Before Adam Pletko was sent down to Columbus, he actually beat Jose Ramirez in a game of Mario Kart about 2 weeks ago when the team was last here. Jose never got his rematch. So when Adam walked in today, he didn't say, "Hey, Adam, how you doing?" He didn't say, "Hey, was it down in Columbus?" He said, "Get over here. It's time to play. You owe me." And since then, you guys see what Jose has done so far today.
Oh, yeah.
Just needed Adam to get back here to get his victories back.
Some Yoshi power right there.
There you go.
This is going to be flared in for a base hit. And Blandino is aboard with a leadoff bloop single here in the 6th. Just the second hit allowed by Bauer tonight.
Nothing you can do about this. Good pitch off the end of the bat. Placed perfectly.
Yeah, coming into this inning, guys, Bauer about as efficient as it comes. Had 55 pitches, 38 of them strikes, but 9 outs of 3 pitches or less. Art, you talk about it all the time.
I love it.
Being effective, get it and go.
You know, and he still has 7 strikeouts.
Yeah.
You know, with the outs on 3 pitches or less. He's been sharp tonight.
Billy Hamilton flied to center his first time up. Boy, for years the Reds have been hoping that Billy Hamilton will find his game offensively because of his speed. He's such a weapon. Lately he has been swinging the bat much better. In fact, he has a current 4-game hitting streak. I know that's a short sample size, but 9 for 14 during his 4-game streak. But if you look even deeper than that, over his last 26 games, he's batted .337. So that can be an equalizer when you talk about a guy with that kind of speed.
Boys, can I ask a question off of that?
Sure.
With the way offenses are set up nowadays, with Billy Hamilton, and we talked about this a little bit before the game, Arch, having a guy with speed and as dynamic as he is at the bottom of the order,
right?
Could that, because everybody likes having power, and we see Francisco Lindors and guys like that at the top of the order now. Could that change how you run on offense, putting a speed guy like that down in the bottom?
It's always nice to have a speed guy down there that can't quite hit or take the leadoff spot or have the on-base percentage to get on there. If this guy gets on, he's instant like chaos to a pitcher, to a defense. He did it last night to the end.
I was going to say late in the game last night, he changed the game.
He got their 5th run in.
Oh, Bauer spun him out of there with a perfectly placed fastball on the inside corner. His 8th strikeout of the night. Look at Billy Hamilton saying, whoo.
That's a good 2-seamer. That's just front door ringing the doorbell right here. Look at how late it is. Nothing you can do as a left-handed hitter. You're turning in. You're trying to bail to get out of the way. Watch the 2-seam action here.
Yeah.
Just scooting right over on the inside corner. Punching a ticket, watching the show.
He has it all working tonight. Bauer with 23 pitches the second time through. Both of them. That's why this game is flying. These guys are throwing strikes. They're making quality pitches. They are having quick innings.
Scott Schebler 0 for 2. He's still looking for a fastball.
I didn't want to say anything, and I'm glad you brought it up first. Because every time I've been with you guys up here, we've had 1 30-minute inning. So I don't. We might be out of the woods here.
No.
So.
Well, don't you worry about it. Nothing we can do about it. These guys are dealing tonight, and Schebler's going to see curveballs in his sleep.
There's another one, and he fouls it off.
And as a hitter, when you keep seeing him, you got to keep swinging at because you're going to hit one, or you want to hit one.
You want to get 3 chances at it at least. You want to watch one and say, well, I gave up on one I could hit.
See if this one hits the dirt with an 0-2 count, or the top of the plate would be a good place to aim for this one.
Okay, here comes a tumbler.
Swung on and missed. Another perfectly executed curveball. 9 strikeouts for Trevor Bauer.
How about that?
It'd be a beach ball. You're not touching that one tonight. And just the way he's going, watch a grip on it right here.
Yeah,
perfect.
Oh my goodness.
12-6.
Look at the spin.
We'll see you. That's one where you look at the scouting report and you watch some video, Arch, in our day and age where you can see how things work. But until you get in the box, until you see how it works, I mean, you can see he's just confused, dazed and confused on the heel breaker right there.
He's going to have nightmares about that pitch tonight.
There's a first pitch beauty into Herrera for strike one.
He's going to go back and say, how does this guy have a loss? You know, the way he's pitching.
Another curveball just waved at it. 0-2.
Do the opposite of Major League here. Forget the fastball. Give me the breaking ball, kid. Just keep running it out there.
Three shakes and a nod for Bauer. The 0-2 pitch.
He went all the way through it. And Votto thinking one thing. I mean, that's one of the rare times you're going to see Bauer shake multiple times off Roberto Perez, and how well these guys have worked together.
Could that be one of those cases where he put curveball down? I want to throw it, but let's just keep the hitter guessing a little bit.
Yeah,
a couple of shakes, absolutely. Instead of just agreeing with him, because they are on the same page tonight.
Here it comes again. And he's able to lay off 2-2.
Well, now that you've seen a lot, you got a young guy here in Dilson Herrera who you just keep showing it, Arch. It's almost like you're teasing him with it out there. You've seen the slider, you've seen the breaking ball a couple of times. You don't got to change location here. He might be able to slow it down just a bit to get him to try and chase for it.
High fastball, and it's just out of the zone.
He thought he
Full
had
count.
him. He had him sitting there looking for it, and he says, I'm going to throw one by him. Might have been a little upstairs, if anything. Look at Roberto sitting down on the way. Just a hair.
Let's hit the letters.
He had him set up for it.
Wow.
So now, okay, get ready for Uncle Charlie. And I'll tell you, this young man is taking some pretty good pitches off Bauer tonight. His first at bat didn't swing, got to a 3-2 count before he got him.
Go heater away here.
Runner goes. Oh, my. Doesn't get the call. Second walk of the night. Inning continues for Cincinnati. And now you got to deal with Joey Votto with 2 on.
This one probably just off the plate a little bit more so than the other fastball.
Yeah.
Good try by Roberto to bring that back in. But you're right, Matty. Now you get into business mode here because you've played around a little bit, but you got a guy here, one swing of the bat, you make this a real competitive ball game.
Well, that young man that just walked, he's got a pretty good eye at the plate. I'll say that. He came in here, it was his first at bat.
Votto in his third at bat. And a curveball's outside 1-0.
Pretty efficient, Arch.
My goodness.
14 through the fourth and the fifth combined. With 8-9 punch outs.
Well, this is the big out of the ball game right here. You got to get this guy.
And a ground ball to first will do the trick. Yonder Alonso takes it himself. 6 shutout innings of work for Trevor Bauer. of the 6th. Jose Ramirez, Edwin Encarnacion, and Yonder Alonso due up. Right now, Sal Romano is retired 12 in a row.
It's been impressive. Yeah, Matty, you talk about in-game adjustments, and for a young pitcher, he has really proven it, because the way that he could have unraveled after those home runs, man, it's been impressive to see what he's been able to do.
Popped him up, and this is going to be an easy out potentially. Barnhart makes the grab. Our in-game recap brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Francisco Lindor led off the game for the 12th time. Or I'm sorry, that's his 12th time Lindor's hit a home run to give the Indians a lead. And Jose Ramirez, his 8th first inning home run. It was 2-0 then. In the second inning, Indians tacked on 2 more, aided by a defensive miscue by Cincinnati.
Well, that's it. After he gave up the first 2, then that error, they had the guy at home plate, except Suarez dropped the ball. Ended up giving him a run, and then they moved the runners over, and they got their second run. So he really settled down nicely.
And Edwin with a ground ball to third. Routine play for Suarez here. 2 down. If you didn't see the first 2 innings, you'd think Romano was working on the game of his life right now.
Well, I mean, you take those 2 out. I know you can't do that, but really exciting to see this guy make those in-game adjustments. And again, I think the Indians, Arch, you talked about it, you capitalize on that mistake. That's your separator. But also, let's give Trevor Bauer a ton of credit for coming back out, shutting down the offense, and really tamping this thing. There's been no momentum for the Cincinnati offense whatsoever tonight.
He has kept it quiet.
Yonder Alonso takes the ball down low. Line to center in the first. Fly to left in the third.
Well, you think about the Reds offense, guys, and I know they, in the month of June, had the best record in the National League Central. Only 15-11, but I don't think this is an offense you want to play in the second half of the season. If you're a Central, I mean, it's a tough test.
Yeah. I mean, you look at their record and you think, oh, we just have to throw our gloves out there. That's not the case.
Throw away the record, you know, the way they started and the way they played over the last month. They've been as good as almost anybody in baseball.
DeSclafani last night.
Yeah.
One of the more impressive starts of the season we've seen.
And a ground ball right at the second baseman Herrera.
Wow.
And that is 15 in a row.
I'm going to
less than 30 minutes.
I'm going to file this one away.
Congratulations.
Boys. Thank you. I'll see you in the 8th, fellas.
All right, Indians Live with Jensen coming up following the game. It's 4-0 Cleveland as we head to the 7th. By your local Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. and by the injury lawyers at Elk & Elk. Proud partners of the Cleveland Indians. Call 1-800-ELK, Ohio. Well, Trevor Bauer has been dominant. He has struck out 9. He has given up 2 singles. He has walked a pair. But Cincinnati has only had 1 man reach second base. And Scooter Gennett way out in front. Strike 1 to open the 7th inning. Bauer missing up and away, 3-1.
Yeah, 3 straight.
Got the fastball, but he couldn't catch up in a full count.
Well, and that's what you have to look for. You get into a hitter's counts. There haven't been many this evening, so he threw a low dart and couldn't get down on that low fastball.
Perez wants the fastball again, and the 3-2 is fouled away.
Trevor's had 17 swings and misses tonight.
Right back up the middle. Lindor flags it down, but can't make a play once he tumbled to the turf. Gennett runs well. And that'll be the Reds' 3rd hit of the night, and they get their leadoff man aboard for the 2nd inning in a row.
Well, he covered a lot of ground. It's right back up the middle, and Frankie gets there, but you know, you couldn't keep your balance, tumbles to the ground, so it's going to go as a hit. Good effort to get there. The defense is on point because Bauer's been throwing a lot of strikes. They've been swinging a lot. Back in the 5th inning, after he gave up his first hit, he came right back and got a ground ball double play.
Eugenio Suarez has struck out twice tonight, and Bauer pumps a fastball by him.
This is Trevor's 5th start in his career against the Cincinnati Reds. But just 1 and 2 and a high ERA for him, 4.95. But today he's been on point.
He gets ahead of Suarez, 1 and 2.
You know, when you're a hitter, and you can tell Suarez is thinking that same thing. When you're looking fastball, he throws that breaking ball, you can't hit it, because even when you're looking for it, you can't hit it if he locates it. So you got to separate the two and try and sit on one pitch if you can and get into a hitter's count. But Trevor doesn't let you do that. A lot of times 0-2, 1-2 counts. He makes a hitter expand the zone. Something he's done so much better this year.
Oh, rung him up with a fastball. 10th strikeout of the night for Trevor Bauer.
And you just watch the movement tonight on his pitches and the strikeouts that he has. Curveball, fastball, slider. And just continues to get the swings and misses. Expands the zone. Comeback heater. Boy, there's another good one right there. That had some movement to it to the right-hander. That should be illegal.
8th time this year Bauer has struck out 10 or more. Now Jesse Winker has walked and singled off Bauer tonight. Takes a breaking ball low.
Okay, and here's the thing, you know, 10 strikeouts, he's walked 2, he's given up 3 hits, he has 85 pitches, and we're in the 7th inning. So that's how efficient he has been tonight.
A ball outside, 2-0.
Winker had his fastball and he fouled it off. He didn't do that the first time back in the 5th, or his 2nd at bat after he walked his first time.
Almost chased after it but held up. 3 balls and a strike. Bauer has walked him again, so Winker's reached all 3 times tonight. And for the 2nd inning in a row, the Reds have 2 on.
Well, before the game on Saturday, the New York Yankees will be in town. Fans 21 and older can enjoy the pregame out in the district, presented by Miller Lite. Then after, there will be a Led Zeppelin 50th anniversary fireworks show that is presented by Pepsi. KeyBank will be providing fans with exclusive experiences and giveaway as part of the KeyBank hassle-free weekend.
Tucker Barnhart 0 for 2. Last time up, bounced into a double play. That ended the 5th inning. And for the first time tonight, Roberto Perez is going to go to the mound. 90 pitches in. Seems like more than that, doesn't it? 56 out of 90.
Yeah, it does. But you see, when they're sitting there and they've seen so many off-speed pitches and breaking balls, it's tough to catch up to the fastball because they're fouling a lot off. You know, they have only squared up a couple of them. And I mean for singles. That's why Trevor's so tough. When it comes to slugging percentage against him, it's tough to square him up. Oh, nice save. Really nice save there by Perez. Keep the runners where they're at. And they were thinking, let's go. That would take the double play. There's the curveball. And he took it on the bare hand to keep it in front of him and went into the glove after that. But you can see him squeezing. That's right on the meat part of your thumb. That doesn't feel too good. That's why the umpire's giving him a little time.
Hope you had a chance to see Andre Knott's story on Roberto Perez and his mother before the ball game. The trials and tribulations that he went through last year after the hurricane devastated his homeland and destroyed his mom's house. 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. And it evens the count of 2-2. Perez had a lot on his mind last year. He and his teammates like Francisco Lindor, who had friends and family, loved ones back home in Puerto Rico dealing with the ravaging effects of the hurricane. 2-2. Struck him out looking with a backdoor breaking ball. That's 11 strikeouts for Trevor Bauer.
Well, it's another curveball, and Barnhart saying it wrapped around the plate or it was low. He just didn't like the call, period. But when you see that, it's really tough to take. And as a hitter, you know, you left it in the hands of the umpire and you're walking back, and he may not agree.
7 times this year Bauer has struck out 11 or more. Alex Blandino, 1 for 2 on the night. He singled his last time up. It was a single just off the end of the bat, a little flare that fell into right field. Outside, 2-0. Well, he wanted that one, didn't get it. 3-0.
I think he's a little upset he's falling behind him.
And that's ball 4. Even Blandino can't believe it. So 2 walks in the inning. And the bases are loaded with 2 out for Billy Hamilton.
The batter now for Cincinnati, center fielder Billy Hamilton.
It's going to bring out Carl Willis. When you consider that Bauer has now made 9 consecutive starts with 8 or more strikeouts, and in those 9 starts he has struck out a total of 94 batters and he's walked 18.
Pretty impressive. It's 19th time that the Indians have hit the double-digit mark as far as their starters go, just tied with Houston.
Now the 2 walks and the 2 strikeouts have piled up the pitches for Bauer here in the 7th.
So efficient. This first 20-pitch inning, and that's the thing you try to stay away from. He was so good at it. But now he's got to work his way out of this inning, and if he wants to keep that 0 on the board, he's going to have to get Hamilton.
Billy Hamilton 0 for 2. He has flied to center, and Bauer struck him out with a perfectly executed 2-seam fastball back in the 6th inning. And that's a low, ball 1. Oliver Perez is up in the Cleveland bullpen. Cincinnati's first scoring opportunity of the night. Hamilton with a fly ball to center field. Bauer will survive. The Reds leave him loaded. 11 strikeouts for Bauer in 7 shutout innings of work.
KeyBank Kids Fun Day. There will be exclusive experiences and giveaways all weekend as part of the KeyBank hassle-free weekend. And after the game, kids get to run the bases, presented by Cleveland Clinic Children's. Get tickets at Indians.com.
Jason Kipnis leads off the bottom of the 7th. The Indians lead it 4-0. Kipnis walked and scored back in the 2nd. Bounced well out in front of the plate. Actually bounced in front of the batter's box. Kipnis had to dodge it, and it's 1-2. Just above the strike zone, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Romano has only made 74 pitches now on the night. Upstairs, full count. Francisco Lindor led off the game with a home run. 2 batters later, Jose Ramirez homered. The Indians added 2 in the 2nd. Trevor Bauer has made it stand up. Sal Romano has retired 15 in a row. The last Indians hitter to reach was Roberto Perez on an error in that 2nd inning. Until now, Jason Kipnis snaps the streak with his 2nd walk of the night. T-Mobile, hats off the heroes. Joe DiMaggio missed time in Major League Baseball when he served in the military. 3-time MVP, 13-time All-Star, 9 times a world champ. But what he is most remembered for, the 56-game hitting streak that ended right here in Cleveland thanks to a couple of terrific defensive plays by Ken Keltner at third base.
Yes, sir.
That and the fact that he was the pitch man for Mr. Coffee, which was a local
It was out east
company here in Cleveland that produced those. Tyler Naquin doubled and scored in the second inning. He tried to go to left field again in the fourth, but Winker, the left fielder, made the catch.
Well, Romano's walked too. Both of them have been Kipnis. He walked Kip back in the second inning and to lead off that inning. He does the same thing here in the seventh. Naquin was able to set up the inning and make him pay.
Upstairs with an off-speed pitch, 2-1. Each team with 3 hits tonight. Naquin a big chopper to second. Herrera goes to Blandino for the force on Kipnis, 1 away. And that's going to bring up Roberto Perez. The Reds give the right side of the infield to Roberto. And he lays down a perfect bunt. And Naquin goes to second, 2 on, 1 out.
Well, that's beautiful right there. They were playing back, not thinking anything of it. And he lays down just a beautiful bunt. Look, he puts it right down before he leaves the batter's box or try to get out, and Suarez had no chance. He knew it. He said, "You got me."
So we've seen Greg Allen execute a perfect sacrifice bunt. Roberto with a bunt single. How much of that is a direct impact of the bunting practice we saw them take earlier today?
It certainly doesn't harm.
Yeah.
You know, it's fresh in your mind. You're doing that. I mean, it's a thought process. Love to see him come out and do it again tomorrow. Go out and work on it. It's a thing of beauty.
Greg Allen pops one foul out of play. Missed outside with a fastball. 1-1. Tanner Rainey, right-hander, getting loose for Cincinnati. But Blandino, or rather Romano's only at 84 pitches.
Yeah, but he's coming up to the 4th time through that lineup.
Yeah, whether he stays in the game or goes could very well be determined by what happens with Greg Allen right here. He's been very efficient tonight since that second inning.
It was a wake-up call. I think those 2 home runs, I got to get my fastball down, and he had to concentrate on it. He's made the adjustments.
And the 1-2 in the dirt. Coming into tonight, Greg Allen, 5 hits in his last 5 games, couple of runs scored, couple of runs driven in. It's been a good at bat for him. And Allen hammers one to right field, but it's caught by Schebler. Boy, he barreled it up and hit it right on the nose. 2 down.
Yeah, he got one to his liking, and here comes the pitching coach, Danny Darwin. But it was right into the tracks of Schebler and right. A hit there would have went a long way.
Our Miller Lite hold true moment came right out of the gate. Francisco Lindor led off a game for the 5th time this year with a home run. And Jose Ramirez for the 8th time this year hit a home run in the 1st inning. Gave Trevor Bauer some breathing room early, and he has been spectacular. Two on, 2 out for Francisco Lindor. He and Jose Ramirez with the 9 home runs, or 9 times they have homered in the same game this year. That's the most by any teammate combo. And Lindor, sometimes batting in the leadoff spot. You don't get many opportunities to hit with runners in scoring position, but when he has, he's hit .348.
That was a good pitch.
He's 0 for 1 tonight with runners in scoring position, but his groundout did get a run home back in the 2nd, and that was important because of the way this game is played out. And a liner to Herrera ends the inning. 7 complete. Cleveland 4, Cincinnati nothing. Trevor Bauer coming back for the 8th. He has struck out 11 Reds tonight.
Going into the top of the 8th inning here in Cleveland, 4-0. The score of the Indians over the Cincinnati Reds. Welcome back to center field along with Jensen Lewis, Al Pulowski, Bauer tonight. Exactly what we thought he'd be in the pregame.
We had this matchup circled for a while. Punched us out the side in the 1st inning. We got a lot to break down with the slider and the curveball tonight.
I think we'll have a few Fox visions on Trevor Bauer coming up.
Free air conditioners tonight.
No kidding. It's on Indians Live after the game, brought to you by Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care. Join us for that. Right now, back upstairs to Matt and Rick.
All right, thanks, gentlemen. Yeah, it has been fun to watch Trevor Bauer go out and work his magic here tonight. stay tuned. The guys will have much more on his performance coming up after the game, but we're not done yet. Bauer at 100 pitches exactly. He has struck out 11, and he'll be going through the lineup for the 4th time tonight. Oliver Perez is up and ready in the Indians bullpen if needed. Schebler finally gets a first pitch fastball.
He gets a first pitch fastball. He's not looking for it. He's dreaming about it. He's seen 12 pitches and 10 strikes. And then he goes back to that breaking ball. He showed him his one fastball he was going to get.
Well, the World Cup semifinals continue tomorrow on Fox when Croatia battles England. Coverage begins at 1 Eastern on Fox. Stream all the action live on the Fox Sports app. The winner will face France in the finals. French toast over Belgian waffles today, 1-0. Dilson Herrera 0 for 2. He walked his last time up. This young man, as you pointed out earlier, he's shown a very patient eye at the plate.
You know, most young hitters aren't like that. They like to come up and swing early. They like to get as many swings as they can, but he's very patient. Trevor, 13 outs tonight on 3 pitches or less.
It's funny, Dilson Herrera is one of those guys that, because of our affiliation with the Reds in spring training, it seems like I've seen him play before, but it just hasn't been in a big league game. It's been in spring training action.
Yeah, we usually do have maybe 3 games against the Reds in spring training. Usually the first 2 out of the chute.
0 for 2 in his first major league at bats. And he's got a 2-2 count here with 1 out in the 8th inning. Oh, he locked him up with a breaking ball. Bauer with a dozen Ks on the night.
Well, this time he decides to take it, and it's a good one on the outside edge. He knows it. He nailed the outside corner. Another called strikeout.
More of the slider there, huh?
It was upstairs, so it probably was.
Fastball, and Votto fouls it back.
5 out of his 12 strikeouts have been called.
Votto has struck out, lined out, grounded out tonight. But it was his ground out that was a key out. With 2 out in the 6th, there were 2 men on base. No. Oh yeah, finally there was one in there. Went with the breaking ball, and that was borderline, and Bauer wanted that call, didn't get it. 2-1. Votto sends one sky high to center, left center, drifting over to Michael Brantley in left field. And a 1-2-3-8. 4th time tonight. Bauer retires the side in order. 12 strikeouts in 8 shutout innings. inning. Trevor Bauer's night appears to be over. He got the handshake from Tito. He's got a mouthful of sunflower seeds. I'd say he's through for the evening. 12 strikeouts, 8 shutout innings. Brantley Ramirez Encarnacion for the Indians against Sal Romano for Cincinnati. Reds bullpen has action. Brantley sends a long fly ball deep center. Back is Hamilton, makes the catch up against the Key Bank Key. 1 down. Our storylines are brought to you by Ford dealers as we recap. Reds hitters, they seek the fastball, and Trevor Bauer had him fouled up from the get-go. He mixed his pitches, a dizzying array of off-speed stuff. Just outstanding performance. And the Indians, with the early offense, gave Bauer all the cushion he needed tonight.
Yeah, Clevenger had 11 strikeouts last night, but they, you know, he made some pitches on the plate that they were able to go out and hit.
Ramirez popped straight up.
Will that stay
in the play? Barnhart to the screen and out of room. To deep right field. Schebler on the move, won't get it. It'll short hop the wall. Ramirez racing into second base, dives headlong in there. He is safe with his 26th double of the year. Second hit of the night for Ramirez.
Another vicious line drive, and you know he's not going to stop. Schebler didn't do a bad job of playing that ball off the wall. He gets it into second base, and he gets it in and it makes it close. Hits the short, hops the wall. His momentum going right to second base. A one-hop throw. So look at, there it is again. It's doubles right out of the box for him. It's automatic. He is not going to stop. Makes it close, but he gets his 26th double. So a chance to add on.
Edwin 0 for 3, looks at a pitch inside. Encarnacion squared one up back in the third inning, but a line drive right at the left fielder Jesse Winker. Encarnacion came into the night tied for second in the American League with 62 runs batted in. His teammate Jose Ramirez has 60, and Lindor now has 59, so they're right on his heels. Ground ball. And they go to third. They misplay it. And Ramirez is safe. Blandino made a good throw. Encarnacion's going to go to second on the play. And I don't know what happened, Archie. Suarez just short-armed it. It looked like the throw was there. He just didn't catch it.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I'm going to take another look at that because you know it is a mistake when you break. He got a good jump, but there's Blandino, gets the throw. Yeah,
he just dropped it.
Yeah, he did. It went off the end of the glove. So he gets to third base, and then Encarnacion goes to second base. So I would think the error on the third baseman. Absolutely, Suarez. He had him out dead to rights.
They rule it a fielder's choice, and the error is given to Blandino.
That's a tough call there.
Wasn't a perfect throw, but it didn't hit the dirt. It's in the hit his glove.
Well, either way, they got second and third now.
Yeah, either way, it's a mistake. And now former Indians pitcher Kyle Crockett coming on when we come back as Cincinnati makes the Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen. Old Pops is trying to do the young kid dance.
Yeah,
He's
with
scuffling.
the floss, he's got some work to do. He's got to go to the dentist and get some new floss.
What was that school people used to go to for dancing lessons? No, Murray, something Murray. Arthur Murray.
Yeah.
He's got to go get some lessons.
He will. After he watches himself on tape, he will.
Well, here goes Cincinnati infield in. Kyle Crockett, the former Indians left-hander, on to face Yonder Alonso, and he almost hit him. Sal Romano twice tonight betrayed by his defense. Kid pitched a heck of a ball game.
I'll tell you, that's a tough error on the shortstop there too.
I agree. I mean, it wasn't a perfect throw, but again, it wasn't in the dirt. It was right on the bag, or right in front of the bag.
Well, they may look at it again, but I mean, either way, he thought he made a pretty good play. And if you're playing third base, you got to catch that ball and tag him. But that allowed Encarnacion to get to second base.
And he's now replaced by Rajay Davis as a pinch runner, and Yonder pops one up.
Not going to do it unless.
He made the catch. He had to go to a knee, but Ramirez was not back at the bag to even tag up. In that situation, 2 down.
I want to see if, let me see if Suarez is moving, you know, where he's there. I mean, he's on the base. You just got to catch the ball, don't you?
I think so.
It's not like he's going to stand in front of the bag to block him. He's on the side of the base to catch the ball.
Well, Crockett gets a big first out. Now Jason Kipnis. Kip has walked twice and fly to center. He's ahead of Jason 0-2. Kipnis is rung up. Crockett retires the only 2 he faces. And the inning is over. Transmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians. Wow, what a spectacular sky over Progressive Field tonight. The Terminal Tower looking on in the distance as the Indians are 3 outs away from a 4-0 series evening win against Cincinnati. Cody Allen coming on to pitch the 9th. He's got the 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up for Cincinnati. Scooter Gennett can't catch up to the high fastball. Gennett came in 5th in the National League with 107 hits. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Allen with another good fastball. It's 0-2. He went up the ladder.
Yeah, why not?
Fouled a fastball off that was almost neck high.
Yeah, that's about the only thing you can do to it. And I'm surprised he could even get up there to foul it off. He's trying to get up there and really chop down on it, man. That was about chin high.
The 0-2. Did he get hit? I guess he did.
It sure did. But
maybe
it was
all
all
off, but it got him right on the wrist, maybe.
It got him right on the right hand. Comes in with the breaking ball, and he starts to swing, but holds it, and yes, it does. Right down the backside of it. So he will take his base.
Third baseman.
Well, Cincinnati gets their leadoff man aboard. Eugenio Suarez, 0 for 3 tonight, has struck out all 3 times. And looks at a fastball for strike 1.
Six at bats against Cody. Cody's gotten to swing twice. He's got 2 hits off him.
One ball, 1 strike. Fouled back. How good was Trevor Bauer tonight? Well, Eugenio Suarez, one of the best hitters in the National League this year. First time this season he has struck out 3 times in a game.
Had the hat trick. So did Schebler. He struck out 3 times.
Oh man, just missed outside, and it's 2-2. A teaser pitch, but one that you figure as a hitter is too close to take, but he did.
Well, it's just off the plate. You see about a ball width off. Perez holds it and frames it, but it was off the dish.
To third base, diving stop by Ramirez, but it trickles into foul territory. And now Cincinnati's got something brewing. Their first 2 are aboard. Even if Ramirez comes up with this, I don't know that he can get up and make a play in time. It would have been interesting. He might have had a shot to get Suarez, but
might have been able to get 1 out there. Yes, that was his only play.
But now you got a tough out. Jesse Winker has walked twice and singled tonight. He was 2 for 3 last night with a double and a run batted in. This guy's swinging the bat with a lot of confidence. A little low, ball 1.
The Indians were trailing 7-1 last night. Came right back into that game. They put 4 on the board and had that tying run come to home plate. Cincinnati has their own thoughts in mind tonight, down 4-0. That tying run is on deck.
Out of play. 1-2. Last night, Cincinnati's closer, Raisel Iglesias, did not start the inning because it was a 7-1 game. He was the 3rd pitcher in the 9th and was able to notch his 18th save. Cody Allen, however, came into this game in a 4-0 situation, so not a save opportunity for him. But as you pointed out, they get 1 more guy aboard, and it gets dicey.
Yeah, you need to get that first out. Love to get a ground ball here at one of his infielders. Good pitch.
Struck him out with a breaking ball. Winker retired for the first time tonight.
Take a look at the sequence here. It's basically all fastballs. He missed low with his first one. Got the one at the knees for 1-1 count. Then he fouled one off. He has him down to the count. He wastes one upstairs, but he'll get him looking on the hook. So there's your first out.
Not sure what Winker was really complaining about. That looked like a really good pitch.
It was.
Tucker Barnhart. Barnhart 0 for 3 tonight. Good fastball, threw it by him. It's 1-1. Out of play. And Cody Allen ahead of Barnhart 1-2 with one down in the ninth. Deep to left. Back is Brantley. Going back on the track at the wall, and he makes the catch. And the runners have to retreat in a hurry all the way back to their bases. 2 down in the ninth. Wow, give Brantley credit, because that's a ball that sometimes as a left fielder you might give up on it and say, let me play it off the wall. And he went right to the Pepsi sign to make the catch.
Yeah, he gets on that track. He realized he had enough room to catch it. Never took his eye off it once he got headed in the right direction. Catches it over his shoulder. That's out number 2. We're going to get a pinch hitter here for Blandino. It's going to be Jose Peraza.
Flared to right, and it's going to drop for a hit. Around third, Skirter Jeanette will score. And the Reds have spoiled the shutout with 2 down in the ninth. He just flipped it out there. Suarez goes all the way to third on the play.
Boy, the first pitch, curveball off the end of the bat. Looked like Alonso might have a chance at it, but just out of his reach for a base hit. So the inning will continue.
And we'll get another pinch hitter as Billy Hamilton is called back. And this is going to be Adam Duvall. So the tying run at the plate in the ninth.
For Cincinnati,
Well, Carl Willis had his say. They're going to regroup it and get out there, and Duvall, the pinch hitter, coming up. And now they do. They bring the tying run to the plate, much like the Indians did last night in the 9th inning. Duvall 2 for 13 as a pinch hitter with 2 RBIs on the year.
Cody Allen sets and fires. And a breaking ball in there for strike 1. $21,908. Everybody up on their feet. The 0-1 pitch. Missed outside with a breaking ball to even the count. Swung on and missed. Cincinnati is down to their last strike. Did he go? He did not. And it's 2-2.
No, he did not. Look at Perez. He was trying to get, as the crowd was into it, get the umpire to go. He said no way, and he did not.
Suarez the runner at third. Peraza is at first. 2 down in the 9th. 4-1 Indians. Cody Allen's 2-2 pitch. In the air, left center. This is going to get down and one hop the wall. Scoring is Suarez. Peraza around third. He will score. It's a 1-run game. Adam Duvall with a pinch hit 2-run double. And Cincinnati with 3 in the 9th.
Yeah, both their pinch hitters coming through in this inning. Duvall got a breaking ball out over the plate, and he had to be looking for it, and he turns on it and hits it in the gap in left center field. Both runs will score. We have a 4-3 ball game, and now the tying run is on second base.
And the Indians will just walk intentionally Scott Schebler, who is 0 for 4 tonight, but he's been red hot of late because you've got the youngster Dilson Herrera, who made his major league debut as a hitter tonight and is 0 for 3, has struck out twice. The only hitter left on the Cincinnati bench at this point is backup catcher Kurt Casale. And so it's down to Dilson Herrera against Cody Allen. And he threw the fastball by him. It's 1-1. In the dirt, and a great backhanded pick by Perez.
Yes, it was. And I mean a clean one, because if it gets by him and he wasn't able really to get a body in front of it, both runners move up and the go-ahead run gets in scoring position. So it was a beautiful pick.
At 2-1. Fouled right back. And once again, Cincinnati is down to their final strike. A white knuckler here at Progressive Field. 2 on, 2 out. 2-2 pitch. It's just a bit high, full count. You want drama in the Ohio Cup? We've got it. Everybody moves on the 3-2 pitch to Dilson Herrera. What a spot for this Reds rookie. And the payoff pitch is popped up foul, out of play. Again, the Reds runners are off with the 3-2 pitch. Upstairs, ball 4, and now Joey Votto's coming to the plate. He is the 9th man to bat in the inning.
Well, this is certainly not the way you draw it up. And out comes Tito, and he's taking him out with the bases loaded.
Wow.
I mean, that's not the way, and it's been 8 hitters.
So Tito's going to go to Dan Otero to try and save the day against Joey Votto with the bases loaded and 2 down when we come back. Leading 4-0. Cody Allen hit the leadoff man, gave up an infield single, retired the next two, but then an RBI single by pinch hitter Jose Peraza, 2-run double by pinch hitter Adam Duvall. Then they intentionally walked Scott Schebler. He walked Dilson Herrera. Now the bases are loaded with 2 down, and Dan Otero will try to save the day with Joey Votto at the plate. The 9th man to bat in the inning for a Cincinnati team that has hit 9 grand slams on the year. Outside, ball 1.
Yeah, and this is a guy we've been telling you all night. He's going to make you get in the strike zone. He's not going to go outside of what he does. And boy, he waits on a ball. So Danny's going to have to make some really good pitches.
2-0. Votto, #1 in the National League in on-base percentage. He does not lead the league in walks, which is something he has done on numerous occasions in his career. Swing and a miss. It's 2-1. Right down to the bitter end.
No doubt.
Low, 3 balls and a strike. No better spot to be in if you're Joey Votto.
And what do you think is going through his mind right now? Who is just dealing tonight, 8 shutout innings.
There's a strike and a full count. Well, I think he knows it's out of his hands.
Well, it is true.
It's not easy to sit there and watch, I'm sure.
I know. How about Votto taking all the way on that 3-1 count? Going to make Otero throw 2 in a row.
Again, 21,908 up on their feet. A thriller right to the finish. The 3-2 pitch is fouled back out of play. The tying run, Adam Duvall is at third. The go-ahead run, Scott Schebler at second. And Dilson Herrera down at first. They're getting a huge head start because the Indians' only concern is getting the batter here.
Absolutely. He had to swing at that last pitch, too close to take.
Fly ball, deep right. Naquin won't get it. The Reds will clear the bases. And Joey Votto has delivered a game-breaking 3-run double as Cincinnati takes the lead.
Well, he had to throw a strike. He gets it down and in, and he plugs the gap. And all 3 are going to score. They were off and running. Not going to catch up to that one. And the Reds have put 6 on the board here in the 9th inning. After trailing 4-0. And you're going to get another intentional walk here.
And Eugenio Suarez will come to the plate. 6-4 Cincinnati. The Indians bullpen scrambling at the moment. And that pitch is low, ball 1. 1-1 the count.
Boy, it has put a wet blanket on this crowd that was sitting here. They were down to one strike a couple of times.
Yeah, twice in that sequence, and another base hit into right field. Will they wave Votto home? Yes, they will indeed. And now they've got the runner hung out between second and third. And this will end the inning. But Cincinnati, with 7 in the 9th, leads it by 3.
Hitter, a little first pitch breaking ball off the end of the bat, placed it out there to get it rolling. And then one strike away from putting Duvall away. Hits the gapper after he threw him the breaking ball away. That made it a 4-3 game. And then Votto with the big hit of the game that just boom cleared the bases, full count. Took the 3-1 pitch all the way, got a 3-2 pitch to his liking, and drives in 3. They added one more, and it's a 7-run 9th. Now the Indians up for one last chance. See if they got anything left in them.
Raisel Iglesias on to pitch for Cincinnati. Tyler Naquin will lead off for the Indians. Doubled and scored back in the second inning. And Iglesias takes a strike. Or rather, Naquin takes a strike from Iglesias, who notched his 18th save of the year last night. And it's 0-2. Jose Peraza is now at shortstop. Tyler bloops one center field, and it will drop. And the Indians get their leadoff man aboard here in the bottom of the ninth, down 3.
Boy, you talk about picking one up off the ground. Look at this pitch, breaking ball. And he just throws the barrel head of the bat at it, and it falls over the head of Peraza. So there's the Indians. They get their start here in the bottom of the ninth.
Roberto Perez, 1 for 3 with a run batted in. Laid down a bunt his last time up. Not bunting here as he swings through a fastball. Adam Duvall is now in left field. Scott Schebler has gone from right field to center field. And Winker's gone from left all the way over to right. It's 0-2 on Perez. Down on 3 pitches is Roberto Perez, 1 down in the ninth. Greg Allen 0 for 2, laid down a sacrifice bunt back in the second inning. This crowd is stunned. I'm sure the Indians dugout is in stunned disbelief. It's got to be hard to pick yourself back up and rally after that.
A 7-run inning, boy, in the late inning, it comes off your closer. That is a shocker.
Up and away, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Francisco Lindor waits on deck. As bad as it seems, you get a base runner, you've got the tying run at the plate with your best hitters lurking. But Greg Allen in a tough spot here, down 1-2. And Iglesias blew him away with a fastball, 2 down. And so now we go to the top of the order. Francisco Lindor with Michael Brantley to follow. Last night, Lindor facing Iglesias hit a sacrifice fly to left field to drive in a run. It was one of 4 runs the Indians scored in the ninth, but none of those runs were charged to Iglesias. And a foul back out of play. Swings through it. Naquin goes down to second on indifference by Cincinnati, and the Indians are down to their last strike. Now the 0-2. Little dribbler back to the mound. And Cincinnati stuns the Indians with a 7-run ninth inning. And they have won the series by taking the first 2 games here in Cleveland. "7-4 is the final score. Cincinnati is now 41-51 on the year. As they continue to ride a wave of momentum, they've won 16 of their last 22. And the Indians, who looked like they were well on their way to snapping a 3-game skid, have now lost 4 in a row. And the Indians are 49-41 on the year. Cody Allen takes the loss. He's 2-4 on the year. It's only his second blown save this season. But this one is hard to fathom.
You know, it's almost like it was two different games. The first 8 innings, it was like all Indians, 4-0 lead. And then all of a sudden, that 9th inning was about a 31-minute inning, and he couldn't do anything right. They were down to 2 strikes a couple of times to end up winning the ball game. They couldn't put it away. And the way Cincinnati's going, they took advantage of it. They got a couple of key hits in that 9th inning that got them going, and they started believing. They got the big hit, and it's amazing that they ended up losing this ball game.
Wow, this is going to take a while to digest. But we'll be back here with you tomorrow night for the series finale, and we'll see if the Indians can get things turned around. Time now for Indians Live with Alan Jensen. And I don't know where you begin with this one. Well, I know where you begin, but there was a lot along the way that you can't ignore in tonight's ball game. But guys, just for perspective's sake, the last time the Indians blew a 4-run lead in the 9th inning was over a decade ago, April 19th, 2007 against the Yankees. So this is a pretty rare occurrence. It just so happened that it was with Cody Allen on the mound.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. Not what we're used to seeing for sure from Cody Allen, and the the rest of the bullpen struggled this year. But man, you're up 4-0 in the 9th inning. You got to win that game. There's no other way to say it.
You got 2 things at work here, and it'll be interesting to hear what Terry Francona talks about when asked his decision about going with Danny Otero instead of Oliver Perez, the left-hander, against Joey Votto. You have Cody Allen in a non-save situation, a 4-0 lead. You figure you might be able to go to Neil Ramirez or someone else there to be able to clean up that 9th inning. Even if it got to the worst point where it's 4-1, 4-2. A lot of questions that Tito's going to have to answer tonight after what happened there in the 9th inning.
We'll have him on the post-game show. We'll have sound from the locker room as well. So plenty to get to coming up next on Indians Live. It's brought to you by Conrad's. For 8 innings, the Tribe dominated. Trevor Bauer was incredible tonight. But 7 runs in the 9th inning by the Reds. He raced this one and put it in the win column for Cincinnati.